Higher fruit costs have been making headlines these days, with unstable weather being one of the contributing factors. Today, we take a look at how the changing climate is affecting apple harvests in particular, and how it's bringing a change in South Korea. Our correspondent Ahn Sungjin is in the studio. Welcome, Sung-jin.
Good evening, Jung-min.
So, Sung-jin, you went to check out some apple farms this week.
I did, indeed I did. I went to some of the factories or some of the farms that are down there to see how they are actually looking to change depending on the environment. I also got the chance to hear some experts talk about what areas should be further developed. Apples in South Korea are the most expensive in the world. According to Numbeo, an online database which measures consumer prices, apples in South Korea are about $6.82 a kilo, which is much higher than the price of apples in the US or Japan. With the sudden change in the temperature, apple flowers died out before blossoming, leading to a drop in the amount of apples harvested last year and a surge in apple prices. Due to climate change, temperatures have been rising, and according to the Environment Ministry, South Korea has seen a temperature rise of 1.6 degrees compared to 110 years ago. This is higher than the world average temperature rise of 1.09 degrees. As a result, the most suitable environment for growing apples has been moving northward up the peninsula from the southern provinces. Farms have been adapting to this change by integrating technology. This is one of the country's first smart farms located in Andong, Gyeongsang-mukdo Province. Funded by the Agricultural Ministry, it uses ICT tools and AI technology to monitor individual farms and prevent damage to apples from pests.
Using my phone app, I can easily control the farm's environment. With the AI camera, I get to monitor the growth of apples, detect pests, and prevent frost.
These farms also have their own smart irrigation and fertilization system, which controls the amount of water used. The control center gathers weather data such as humidity and land temperature and tracks the plants and analyzes them for any issues over time.
We provide farms with the necessary data. However, it's the individual farms that make the final decision on what to do. It's important that we continue to expose the rural population to the concept of smart farming.
The government is also addressing the change in harvesting conditions for apples by developing new apple varieties.
We're working on cultivating different varieties of apples, such as those with good coloring, green and yellow apple varieties, and those apples that can grow well despite temperature changes during the flowering season. To maintain efficient productivity, harvesting apples with machines and automation will become more common.
Land that is suitable to grow apples is diminishing, but smart farms like these allow apples to grow despite the changing environment. Now, this smart farm, empty at the moment, is expecting to see flowers blossom by the end of April and apples to be harvested between October and November.
Well, Sung-jin, you mentioned the growing environment for apples has been moving northward. How much of a change is it?
Well, apples are currently predominantly harvested in Gyeongsang-mukdo Province, but if you take a look at this map over here, over time you can see how the area in the southern provinces is slowly diminishing, while there are more areas in northern provinces like Gangwon-do. But we don't have to worry too much yet, as one expert says that this map shows areas of desirable condition, not necessarily available farming areas.
Though it is shrinking over time, the northern provinces still account for more than half of the country's apple production, and despite there being more area in Gangwon-do Province, it's still only at 5%. The vast majority is still made in the Gyeongsang-mukdo Province area.
And what further changes are we expecting?
The government has noted that smart farms will be a solution to the changing climate. But apart from that, the overall fruit production is expected to change over time as more and more tropical fruits, such as mangoes and guavas, are being harvested in South Korea.
All right, thanks for filling us in today.
My pleasure, Jung-min.